place room to leave your music. Listen to it. Can we hang out? Happy days, relax. Roll another one, 'cause we're gonna have some fun. Don't forget to follow any of our affiliates.
The Bobby and Chad Show.
Roll another blunt, 'cause we're gonna light it up. Send your music in. Enjoy the tunes with me. Roll up on the screen. Take a seat with me. Send your music in. And maybe bring your friends. Take a seat with me. Enjoy the show with me. Sit back and hang out with Happy Daze and me.
J-Cup with the double styrofoam cup.
Tune in now to the Bobby and Chad Show.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to another exciting episode of the Happy Daze Productions podcast. We're here today with Holden and Zach Tier, my two good buddies of mine, guys I really love a lot, and they're presenting today as a group. Ground Zero is what they're going by. And I'm about to bring them on camera so they can tell you more about themselves, because you don't want to hear me talk about them. You want to hear them talk about them. So let's bring them on.
What up, what up?
What's up, boys? Tell everybody about yourselves. We're going to just bullshit for the first 5 or so minutes and let everybody get in the chat and start sharing it out. So, yeah, tell us about yourselves. Whatever. What's up?
Well, Zach and I have known each other for a good almost 9 years now. We were in a band together when we were younger. We have written so much music together and produced so much music together, and it just kind of felt right for us to finally put a name to it. And because Zach and I are the co-founders of Reality Check Music, we consider ourselves the ground zero for an impact that is currently, I feel like, happening. So we just released our first single today. It's called Messiah. It's available on all the platforms. We got a lot going on as far as ground zero goes. A lot of shows coming up, and it's just going to be a great time.
That is amazing. And yeah, I knew you guys as Reality Check Music, and I knew you did a lot of work together, as a team as well as separately. The first thing that really got me, I was messing with Zach a little bit and his music, before I got to know yours a little bit. But the one song, and forgive me for not knowing, because I listen to so many songs and stuff, but there's this one song I saw. It was a live performance you had recorded, and you were singing on stage, and it was so heartfelt, and right. Oh, I loved it, man. I became an instant fan. Tell the viewers a little bit about that song and stuff, since we're
I want to say that was probably Put It Together, and that's really funny because I kind of just wrote a little thing that is going to be coming out about that song in a few days. Put It Together, which happens to, there's an original one and a remix that Zach is on, that's on the Dose of Reality EP. That song came at a time where I was in a really weird stage of grief and empathy. Like my grandmother had just passed away, and my mom was at the forefront of a lot of stuff, and I was feeling a lot of stuff, and so there's addiction in our family that was all coming into play when all that happened. And so I kind of just wrote what I was feeling, and what these external things that were happening were making me feel. And I try not to let that control me too much, but I put that into this song so I could say, this is fucking hitting and move on. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And it sucks that sometimes we have to go through such, you know, tragic or terrible things to come out with such, heartfelt good music that so many people can really feel. I got cold chills when I heard you sing that song.
I appreciate that a lot, dude.
Man, like, oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, I love you guys' music. I'm so excited to be on with you today. Interviewing you guys. Like I said, I did, and it makes me feel like a dummy for not doing enough of my research beforehand. But when Heaven told me, when Acid told me, an hour or so ago, like, oh yeah, you got this interview with Ground Zero. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to do some research and figure out who this is or whatever. And then when she told me, I was like, "Oh, okay, sweet, that's the homies." Like,
Dude, and
you
I'm
know,
not gonna lie, when she was like, "Hey, Jake's doing the interview today," I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" I was like, I mean, I would be so glad to be sitting here, like here with her, getting to know her bit, but I wanted to have a face to face conversation, well, as face to face as we can get right now, but
right?
didn't have like an actual conversation with you for so long, and I'm so bad at messaging people, but like, so that's why I really wanted to talk to you because like I feel like we got a lot of things in common, and
For
I feel
sure,
like we're gonna vibe.
for
For
sure, most
sure.
definitely. Yeah, my brother's the same way. Don't feel bad. Like, it's so bad with him that literally people that know us and know that we live together anyways, when they want to get a hold of him, they'll call or text me instead of, you know what I mean? Because
The
they
people
know
do
that
that
I'll
with my
actually
wife,
look at
dude.
my phone and then text back or call back. So,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got people that'll hit up my wife and be like, "Hey, can you let Kevin know?" Like,
Right, right, right. So the Ground Zero thing, you guys kind of just put together, or just put a name on, or
you want to take this one?
The, so Ground Zero has been kind of like a brooding thing since the Dose of Reality EP. It was one of those things that we were talking about for the longest time, but after several attempts of trying to come up with a name that we felt like really suited us, it wasn't really getting anywhere. So we were like, fuck it, just slap Zach T-Rex home on the shit and we'll roll with it. And one day I randomly said, what about Zero Gravity? And, Colton over here was like, nah, nah. Uh, how about Ground Zero? And then I was like, you know what? Even better. How about Ground Zero with this fancy O? Boom!
I call it the tornado pilots, bro.
hell yeah, I like it a lot.
It,
Give me one
it
second. I'm gonna see
represents
here.
zero in itself.
See if you
That's
can
what
fix
it's
the way
actually
that.
for.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can fix the way you sound on my phone on my end because it sounds like you're in a hole or something.
I wonder if that's the mic.
No.
No, it's probably just my phone, babe.
Okay, as long as the people can hear, I don't care. As long as
Does
the
it
audience
sound
can
better
hear.
now?
Say something.
What's good? How's it going?
Oh, way better. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
Also, what
Like,
up to everybody in the chat? Thank you for hopping in. We're excited to really delve deep into this stuff.
Whoop whoop, Zach.
yeah, what's up, Zach Pasillo? What's up, Robert Watts? My brother Jordan's in the chat.
What's good,
Heaven's in the
Jordan?
chat on my phone as me. So, what's up, everybody? Make sure y'all share this out. We're about to get into the real, actual interview part here real soon, but we're just trying to give everybody a second to get in the chat, share it out. I mean, what have you?
I need to go share it myself real quick.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, please, yeah, share this out. I'm trying to make it like a thing where we always use the first 5 minutes or so to like share it out and let everybody get in the chat before we really get into it, so people don't miss a lot. And like I said earlier, we can go for as long as we want. It's not like there's a time uh, crunch on it, or we don't have any interviews after this. So
Right.
I was telling her I think I'd like to start shooting for on the music rotation as well as even the interviews, going for more like an hour and a half. That way, it gives more time for people to just even scroll by it.
Well,
When it's been shared to places and get in there and whatever.
that gives the opportunity to like actually have like a real conversation about things. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah,
You get
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Like I just did one last night with what was his name? Corpectomy was this dude's stage name, and it was a great interview. And I felt like I was almost cutting it short, at 1 hour, like
Right.
And I don't want to do that with anybody, especially people that I really mess with and know and promote for.
Right.
So yeah.
Matter of fact, let me see this real quick. I'm about to go share some of my stuff on my page.
Well, let them know what you're doing. We're still on live.
We're still on live. I'm just out here sharing this onto my other pages as well because I got like
You're
3 of
good.
them. See, damn, watch this. Highlights.
Make sure you share it out to a lot of individuals too.
I am. Trust the process. Oh my horse. Just kidding. All right. Everyone's getting sent messages for this podcast. I'm sorry if I spammed you. I love you guys so much. You guys know how it is. You know the drill. Come in, tap some love and hearts, and ask some questions to our guests.
Well, it's not on TikTok, so I don't know if it's the same.
Yeah, you can.
No, we're not on TikTok. We're just on YouTube and Facebook right now. Sometimes we stream to Twitch, but that is not
You can tap the screen on
an option
Facebook.
at the
Yeah, you
moment.
can tap the screen on Facebook Live. I forgot that was a thing.
You can though on Facebook Live.
Here really soon we're gonna it's an idea that I got during the whole TikTok scare. I just like a lot of other people, I'm sure I downloaded Red Note, but then because TikTok came right back and stuff, I never really learned how to use it or anything. But I think that I really want to get into just learning how to utilize that app and promote there, and share our shows there.
Right. I mean, it's a whole new audience, man.
Right.
What up,
Yeah.
Taylor?
And it's like when so many people are doing the same thing, how do you make yourself different, or how do you. So I feel like that's one of the things that's really going to help us out. And we've both been really reluctant to do it because it's hard. It's a new thing to learn and
It is.
whatever.
It is.
But yeah. So before we get really into the interview questions and stuff, how's the wrestling stuff going? I haven't heard much about that lately, but I'm very intrigued by it. And as it goes, this is a podcast to promote lots of things, not just music. So we'd like to hear about all of your endeavors and what you have going on. And
You can take that one, world champ.
So, as of now, there aren't really any plans to continue the wrestling. But in the back of my head, I know I don't want to stop.
I don't think you should either, Zach. Honestly,
I don't want to stop wrestling though, and that's the bad thing is because I really love it. Have you seen the belt?
yeah, absolutely.
Let me show it off on live.
Please do. Yes,
So
please do.
the big thing was safety became a concern for obvious reasons. I mean, backyard wrestling, and none of us. I mean, we're young, but like we all got issues with our
Right.
bodies, especially me. I have a back injury, so it's like I can't really do too much. You know what I mean? We did one backyard wrestling event, and we filmed it, but it didn't work the way that it was supposed to. So
We can have a really
we do have a guy that we can actually hire to professionally shoot it now. but the safety is still a concern. So it's one of those things where it's not out of the picture, but we are working to get to a point where we can do it safely.
I'm pretty much
Absolutely.
the only person in the group that's like super comfortable. I've got a lot of time underneath my belt. I'm not going to say I have formal training, but I will brag that I've never hurt anybody. I've always ended up being the person that got hurt because the other person didn't know what they were doing.
Well, as somebody who does a lot of promoting for you, both of you guys really, I what I would really like to see as a fan and just somebody that promotes for you and stuff is that maybe as the music goes and gets more popular and stuff, possibly you get into the actual like TV wrestling scene and like
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
I would absolutely love that, and I think that you would make a really great character. Either side as a heel or a hero type.
Zach is a total heel, dude.
I know, I know. Why do you think I
I
said that
really
first?
do play that gray character. Like, if I were going to be a Jedi, I'd be a gray Jedi. Because I always do what's right no matter what the cost is. I feel like that's been my character the whole time. Now, I'm not going to say that Holden isn't right and I wouldn't switch up and have some like dark ass version of the Bullet Club for a little bit, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I feel like I was really the only person out there that was super comfortable. The next person would have been my little cousin. He goes by BKS or Baxter Fredericks when he's in the ring. He's a really good cat when it comes to in-ring work. He's just a little scared still. His comfortability is not there.
Right, right.
Holden, he's really good. He's really clean, but he's nervous to hurt people, so he undersells sometimes, and it looks like Hulk Hogan hitting somebody with a chair. But
Speaking of Holden, or speaking of hurting people, Holden, I've got a question that's specific to you. Since
Okay.
you cut off your long, luxurious Samson hair, do you think that it has affected your, your wrestling ability at all, or?
I 100%, except it's the opposite of the Samson effect. Because now I don't have the worry of like getting my hair pulled because oh my god, I'm a tender-headed bitch, dude. Like seriously, the slightest pull of my hair would make me cry, and so now with that being gone, I don't have that worry. I feel like I feel free, dude. Cutting off my hair. Listen, people loved it, and when I did it, people were like, "Oh my god, where'd it go?" And
I've
I'm
got to
like,
admit, when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh no, what did he do to himself?"
a lot of people felt that way. But it's one of those things where honestly, I feel more comfortable looking at myself than I have probably ever in my entire life, dude.
Well, that's good. That's great.
So
Now
we
that
did.
I'm more used to seeing it, I think you look good. But when I first saw it, I gotta admit, I was like, "Oh my god, what did he do to himself?"
Yeah, that's the consensus. That's what I hear from everybody. Like, we did an event here in our hometown, Centralia, Illinois. It's called Helping the Homeless, and that was the first time I had performed after cutting my hair off. And
best performance of this guy's life, hands down.
It was, and it was one of the first times I walked off stage feeling like, oh my god, that felt natural, that felt comfortable, and like people telling me that I'd seen me before, they were like, wow, like that was a whole different person up there, and that's what it feels like. So
That's great.
It's been a good time, dude.
That's awesome.
How's it going? How's it going?
What's up, everybody in the chat? It's nice to see a couple more people in here. We're about to actually we're done with our couple minutes of bullshitting. We're about to get into the actual interview questions. For those of you who recently joined the chat, if you would like to share this out and like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, we would greatly appreciate it.
Huge shout out to Shay in the comments. That's one of the Reality Check members. He just won a contest alongside me and Bam Bam the Voodoo Child, and we're gonna be on a track with Cartoon Bonder.
Hell yeah, Cartoon's the homie. I fuck with him heavy. I just I just shared a meme today and tagged him in it. I don't know if he saw it yet.
No, unfortunately, I spend so much fucking time on Facebook making the posts that I don't get to see a lot of the posts, and I only get to do a little bit of scrolling.
I'm at a point where like I will schedule a bunch of posts for like 2 or 3 days ahead and stay off of fucking Facebook. It feels like I'll go on there, I'll check some people's profiles and share out some shit like in the moment, and then I'm hopping off for a good few hours at least.
I know a lot of people that do that kind of thing, especially when they know they're gonna be want to be like reclusive for a day or so, whatever. They'll make posts that fucking automatically post and shit.
Well, and so
This guy's not great at social media.
I'm
He's
not.
trying to get into the swing of things.
I since I've had my son, I have really I kind of feel like I have a new fire under my mouth with everything now. And so I've kind of been like, all right, like I need to do this, and even though it's exhausting for me, and like, and it truly is, and it's a thing I've talked with a lot of people about, and they feel the same way. It's I call it the social media effect. It's like you get exhausted being on social media, and I try so hard in my life to stay positive, and it's like when I'm on social media too much, I I feel myself getting low. So it's like I am only on there now, and I'm like I want to support people that I love and that I want to support, and I'm gonna put my own shit out there. And social media is just gonna be a like it's gonna be just like a part of my outlet, and I'm like using it to keep in touch with people that like my music and really want to support me.
You
That
got to remember too, brother, the more that you use it, the more that it will tailor itself to you, especially if you make that happen. When you get on, if you see certain people that are always making negative posts or aren't interacting with your stuff the way you like or whatever, don't be afraid to hit that unfriend button. And that don't mean that you can't be friends with them in real life or friendly with them when you see them, but if they're not helping your growth as an artist and stuff, and that's what you're trying to use that platform for, then I say that, by all means, you should do that.
I just
Right.
deleted 70 people from my hometown that do not interact with anything that I send them. I could send them a direct message with the link and they still would not take the time to check it out. I've been deleting family and friends. I'm going to take it personal because if you are in person telling me that you're going to be online sharing my shit and all I see is you shit posting, you wasting time.
Right,
You
flat
ain't,
out,
you
bro,
ain't really
flat
worried
out.
about being my friend.
If you're sharing posts every minute and not one of them
Right,
is
or even it like as far as like where my head is with it, for people like that have just been your longtime friends and family and stuff, they shouldn't necessarily have to feel obligated to fucking reshare your songs or whatever, but they absolutely, if they claim to support you at all, should listen to the shit and react and whatever, and like.
If they don't want to share it to their profile directly, at least send it to the people that you know would listen to.
right.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I understand that some people want to keep their profiles really clean and they don't want a song that's titled "Striptease in an Applebee's Booth" or "No Fucks" on their profile. But why couldn't you share it with people directly?
Right. Right.
Why
That
couldn't
kind of
you?
gave me a thought just now. Like maybe, and especially, I don't know if it would help for the algorithm or whatever, but like on some songs where like in the title there's a cuss word or something, maybe put like a couple asterisks or whatever to where people can still tell what it's supposed to say, but it don't actually say that. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I feel like, especially like, because Facebook, like their algorithm or however is going to look at that, and like it's not gonna give it to like on the for you page to certain people because they feel like they're not in the type of demographic that would appreciate curse words or something. You know what I mean? So like, Yeah, I think about that a lot, and I hate that because I cuss so much, you know. But
Me too.
I cuss like a damn sailor.
yeah.
How's it
I,
going, Tamara? The Millie family? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
what's up, Sandra? What's up, Tamara Rose? What's up, the Millie family? Craggy Langston. What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all?
You
All
better
right,
shut
we're about to do our first official question. Are you ready?
Let's
I'm
go.
ready. Let's
Get
do
get
it.
your hands over the buzzers. Blah blah blah. Oh no, never mind. This ain't that kind. All right, what's your stage name and what's your real name and how did you get your stage names and all that?
I'll go first. So my stage name is Holden, all caps HOLDYN. All right. My real name is Kevin Holden, HOLDEN. So it's kind of right there.
Right.
My real name is Zach Whalen. I used to go by that as my stage name, but with two H's. And um, I had a falling out with my dad, and I needed to quickly come up with a name that kind of suited me a lot. And I just cut the H's out, and I was like, man, T is a really cool guy to make mythology. So let's go with that because I feel like we fit that same line. I really like the battle rap, even though I don't do it a lot because not a lot of people are worth it. But he's the god of war and justice. So I'm always down to go to war for what seems to fit the justice route.
And I remember when Zach came to me and was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna start going by this," and he was like, "This is what it means." I was like, that fits you so well. Like, I think you have something here. And lo and behold, almost 2 years later, that's fucking crazy. Um, you
A
know,
year and
yeah, about a year and a half.
I think it was like November 2020.
Oh, okay. Well, you would know better.
I went back and checked it here this year.
That's fair. But yeah,
I think it was Like a Light. It was the first song that I released where it was Zach too.
I thought, oh no, Boston was it.
No, Boston was originally a Zach Whalen song. We had to re-upload it.
Right, I remember that. Okay, cool. But yeah, I was like, dude, you have something, and yeah, lo and behold, almost a year and a half later, it's done him a lot of good.
So
Yeah,
people
it's
do
definitely got a ring to it. That's for sure.
Right.
That's for sure. All right. So where are you originally from and where are you now?
You wanna take this one?
I'm originally from Centralia, Illinois, and unfortunately, I'm still in Centralia, Illinois.
I am also from Centralia, still in Centralia.
Hell yeah. That's an easy one.
I mean, dude, so our hometown is one of those places where when it's good, it's really good, but when it's bad, it's really bad. So like back in 2020, there was a whole lot of people that showed out for the Black Lives Matter movement. We had a protest here in town, very peaceful, no interruptions, no police involvement, but we got our way. We had a lot of people coming through and honking, and it was a good time. But also there's a lot of the small town mentality here. So people think that when you're from Centralia, you can't go nowhere else, and it's just not the case. You know what I mean?
We've got maybe 2% of the population that truly supports us in this town. And that's a lot less than what people normally have from their hometowns. Normally, we're looking at 25, 30%. Truthfully, when I do the numbers and I look at this streaming page, about 2% of our support actually comes from the local area.
Right. I hear that from a lot of people. Just it doesn't matter if they're part of a band or they're, you know what I mean, they do stuff solo or whatever. It seems like people that you grow up with, the people that you would expect to be there for you first and be rooting for you first and the hardest, uh, oftentimes aren't for whatever reason, or even if they are, in their eyes or whatever, they're, you know, for, you know, you feel like they're not enough, you know.
Right.
And it's just, yeah, I don't know why that is, you know. Part of the reason I started doing the whole promoting thing was because you know, Disfunk Fam and the Jack of Hearts were guys that I really grew up with. I knew Disfunk Fam, you know, those guys, Hill and Schwartz, from literally when I was in middle school. And
Wow.
you know, their first CDs that they made with their friends, Burnt, and, you know, I knew every word to all of those songs, and, you know, would tell them all the time, like, you guys are going to be famous, and I'm going to help you get there, and blah, blah, you know.
Well, dude, like, you know, you are the prime example of what I wish all of the people like that claim to support us would be like. You know what I mean? You really do it. You get our name out, get a lot of people's names out. Like you just talked about this one fan and Jack of Hearts. Shout out to him because he's how I got introduced to you. You know, there's so many other people like that. You just show out and support for the from the goodness of your heart, and like that's something that I really respect and I wish a lot more people would do.
Well, I just, in my eyes, you know, if I was doing that much to really be like making the music and the songs and putting them out there, like, I know how much it would mean to me for people to share it and like it and like really support it and stuff and want to, you know what I mean, make it a part of their life. So I it's something I feel like I have to do. You know, if you're putting that much of your heart and soul into it, the least I could do is give it a listen. You know what I mean? Try to, even if I don't love it, maybe try to get it out there to some people who might and stuff. You know, get you connected with your audience.
Right. I mean, I said all that to say that you are appreciated, my friend.
Thank you so much. And likewise, you guys are very much appreciated. I love all the entertainment that you bring, all the positivity. You know, you're always doing something good for the community. And I'm sure in the long run, it's not going to go unnoticed or, you know, unrewarded.
Right. Oh yeah.
I'm not just a wrestler. I'm the company's champion, boy.
Flat out, flat out. All right, on to our next question. What's this say?
Oh, sorry, my handwriting.
Could you imagine catching that over the dome piece?
What are your current artistries, and what is your artistic focus? What is your artistic main focus? Basically asking if he has any other multi-dimensional platforms that he uses to create stuff. Like, does he do graphic design? Does he do anything?
So, I mean, basically for me, it's all music. You know what I mean? In my life I've tried, you know, painting or drawing or whatever, but it just never felt like it. You know what I mean? Um, so even if I am just in my studio playing my guitar or something to even somebody else's songs, you know, a song that I really love or trying to anyway, just you know, move it in and out. You know what I mean? It always kind of gets me out of that space. I mean, it's really just music for me personally.
I would say music's my main focus, but I will give a huge shout out to my love for the art form of wrestling. I'm also freaking out and making music videos and shorts. So, but other than that, engineering is the main thing that I love to do. Um,
He makes people sound crazy.
I do, and I'm currently engineering for people like Team Wicked, and I've done a couple of tracks for Holden in the past year while he was learning the ropes of engineering because he didn't start actually recording music until here recently.
It was September 9th, 2023 was the day I released my very first single.
Wow, holy crap. So the one that really got me hooked must have been shortly after that, or
Yeah, so when I first started releasing music as Holden, I released 2 singles before we made the switch from DistroKid to TuneCore as our music distribution place.
Mhm.
Um, and so when we made that switch, all of the music that we had got taken down and had to be re-uploaded. And when I put out Striptease and an Applebee's Blues as the single, a lot of people really liked it. But there was one of the same common critiques and that the vocals were totally drowned out. Um, and so when we did all that, I chose to take Striptease as a single off of streaming platforms, and I put up the other single, which is called Wet Dream. Also, at the same time, I uploaded my third single, which is called Before You Go. And then in March of 24, I put out the Prisoner EP, which had the re-recorded versions of Striptease and an Applebee's Blues on there.
Wow, so you've been busy since you started.
A little bit, yeah. And then
That's
doing stuff with
awesome.
Zach,
Keep your foot to the gas. Hell yeah.
I appreciate that.
Hell
Within all
yeah.
this chaos, he released Dose of Reality with me.
Yep. And then I put out singles since that, and then we've really been focused on the Ground Zero stuff lately.
Yeah. Some artists, I hear some artists say like, "Oh, well, you should wait between, you know what I mean, and not saturate the market with your." But I disagree. If you can consistently put out good songs, good music, if you could put out a song every day, as long as it's good and you put enough time and effort into it to really make it good and didn't rush the work, then hell yeah. You know what I mean?
My biggest piece of advice is man, save up for the music videos. The visuals are going
Flat
to
out,
make your
flat
music
out.
so much better. And every time you do a music video, guys, guess what? You have now 15 shorts that you can make out of that shit without overdoing it. And then
Yeah.
you make them, you keep some of them stacked up, and then you release. Don't ever stop promoting a song. A song could be 5 years old. Put put out a short of the fucking music video again.
Flat
Stop,
out. And
stop
that's what I
procrastinating.
always tell everybody too, boys. You can release the song, but if you hadn't got a music video for it yet, you basically get to release every song twice. You know what I mean? You release it when you after you made the song, and then after you make the music video, you re-release that shit, as you know, and get that many more fans. Because a lot of people like me, sometimes because of the way they're thinking or whatever, they can't listen as well as they would like to, so they're drawn in more visually. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's
I
yeah.
think the best route is dropping your music videos same day as your release,
If you
or
can, absolutely, yes.
Just because it gathers.
within 2 weeks, because it's not enough for that attention to die down. So I think when I say 2 weeks is the cap, that's when you start to see your numbers dip off from a brand new song because people's attention spans. So like if you've got a really, really, really nice music video, you might want to use it as like a pick me up to re-bring attention to it. But if you have just like a run and done, like super simple video, I would try to release it as close to the release date as possible of the actual song.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. So, all right, next question. Where are we at? What's your biggest uh, downfall or your thing you feel like you need to work on most as an artist? And what are your greatest qualities?
Start with this one.
I work really fast. That's probably my greatest quality. I'm really good with time management. I'm really driven. And I would say my downfall right now is immediately expecting everybody to be able to keep up with me that's on reality check. I feel like, and I do a good job of not being frustrated for a bipolar person, but internally, I feel like it does get to me sometimes. And I'm not going to talk about this guy um, or anybody that's in reality check currently because we're all moving really fucking fast. But I feel like that's one of the things that make me lose a little bit of respect for some artists is like I can understand maybe like 2 or 3 times not getting a song done within 3 months. But like, if we talk about a deadline and I send you a feature and that deadline isn't met, and it's like 3 months into this shit, then I start to look at it differently. Because if somebody sends me a feature and not stick, or I don't have an out of state show during the week, I'm gonna get it done within that week. Just because like I'm the type of person that I treat this shit like this is my second job. I love it enough that it's the second job that I don't mind putting that extra effort into. But between my healthcare and between this, I work about 80 hours. So
Right, right.
I feel like I
Sometimes
do
you
pretty
gotta
good
adjust
at
your
not having stress.
expectations.
What was it that you just said?
I said right, and then I said sometimes you've got to adjust your expectations, or you can't expect out of other people what you're necessarily willing to give all the time because
Everybody in reality check right now works their ass off. I'm gonna say that like through and through. Anybody that I mentioned isn't in reality check and probably hasn't been in talks about being in reality check again. And I speaking back to friends, not sorry, I don't mean to like take some extra time here.
He said he wants to go it out. Let's go it out.
Let's bring it back to me talking about friends that don't support. There's a guy that I've done 2 songs with over the course of my career. And I did those songs because we were friends for a very long time, right? Very good friends. We started this shit together before me and him ever fucking met. He hits me up. Now, mind you, I haven't talked to this guy a lot in the last decade. I didn't know he was married. I didn't know he got divorced. I didn't know he had another kid on the way. So, like, truthfully, how can we call ourselves best friends? You live 20 minutes away from me and I don't know what the fuck's going on in your life.
right,
That's not okay to me. You're not an online friend. You live 20 minutes away, dog. You're not somebody that lives all the way in Ohio or Indiana or Michigan or Missouri. He hits me up and like, oh, I want to do a song. I'm going to need you to record. I'm going to need you to mix and master. And I'm going to need you to feature me. I was like, oh man, I'll try to push you to do it like $200.
right.
And he,
You know what's so funny? I remember seeing your posts about this specific
yeah,
situation.
bro, he called me the biggest piece of shit ever. I was the loudest friend ever, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, bro, it's the ones that you think first that are mean the dirtiest. And I hope he's watching on me. I hope he goes back and watches this and realizes how fucking stupid he is. Because I was handing this dude opportunity. Vincent's crying. You want to say something? I'm gonna pass it on to you.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and start with my greatest quality. I think my greatest quality as an artist is that actually I feel like my greatest quality and my worst quality are the same thing, and it's that I'm a perfectionist, but I'm also a realist. So I know when I'm starting to get to a point where I'm outside of my skill set and just call it good, but even after that, I'm gonna be like searching out how to get to that thing that I was trying to get to, so for future reference I can get it. So it's always gonna bother me after that, you know what I mean? And I'm the type of person that I'll listen to my songs and I fucking love my music, dude. Don't get me wrong, but every single song is something that I was like, oh, I should have redid that, or I should have done that differently. But it also that just drives me to be like, hey, the next one. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, my creative process. Zach knows that I build all of my stuff from scratch. I really. So other than on the Dose of Reality EP, because there's two beats on that song or on that album that I didn't make, but
Well,
the three songs that I've been on that have been released, or that I've released, and I didn't make the beats. I made the beats for the bottom line. But
go ahead.
basically,
Don't let me interrupt you. I'm just
no, you're
showing the
good.
fans.
I lose my train of thought really easily. It takes me a minute. You know what I mean? To get stuff, and that's where that perfectionist thing comes in, because I'll spend entirely too long on one thing, and it holds up the process for days. But eventually I come to the realization of, all right, this is it. I need to move on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I hear that from so many artists too, that they're like, oh man, I could work on a song for fucking ever, and it doesn't seem like it's ever good enough. Or they'll finally put it out, and then a week later they're like, man, fuck, I should have did this, or I should have said this like this. You know what I mean?
exactly, dude.
But I guess my advice for that, or my remedy for that, would be like, you can always like remake or remaster your fucking songs and stuff or whatever. And you know what I mean? If there's like one little word that you would have rather said different or whatever, do it like that.
Right, right.
Is the static gone?
What's that?
I'm asking the chat if the static's gone.
It does sound so much better, actually. I don't know what you did. I didn't even realize you did anything, Zach, but you're the freaking man for that.
I'm talking to everybody in the comments from your YouTube channel.
So, all right, what's the next? Where do you see yourself as an artist in the next 5 years? What's your 5 year plan? Walk us through it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think things are picking up really fast for myself. I think things are picking up very fast for Holden. I think things are picking up very fast for Brandon Swanger. They're picking up very fast for Trey. They're picking up pretty quick for. I think everybody in reality music is really on a really good, solid path. So if I'm being honest, I'm really hoping that within the next year, I'm doing this full time, and that means he'd be doing this full time.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
So
Speaking of Brandon Swanger and all those other guys, make sure, Zach, that you tell the whole crew that we would like to have them on. You know what I mean? Everybody, anybody that you're tight with that does music and shit, tell them, reach out. You know what I mean? Get that interview application sent in and shit.
I
So we
highly recommend Brotherhood X.
I was just about to say that we got quite a few people. All those guys in reality check, Brotherhood X, that's another group here in our hometown.
I'm trying to give you super active people, because there's a lot of people that don't do a whole lot that are amazing artists that I want to give to you, but I feel like they wouldn't have. They might have a lot of good answers for these questions.
How good answers or not, we'd like to have them on. Give them a chance to say hello to their audience as well as ours, and you know.
Yeah, we got quite a few people we can send your way for sure.
Yeah, send them, please. And I'm not going to lie, we got a lot of people that have been, you know what I mean. So,
That's awesome.
but there's always room. We'll figure it out. We'll book them way out. You know what I mean. And we'll set reminders in our phones. That way we can remind them, you know, when it's the same month, like, hey, your shit this day, whatever.
I mean, shit, this one has been scheduled for 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I had another interview last night with Underground Wicked Radio.
Hell yeah! Shout outs to them. We definitely fucked with them guys for sure.
So yeah, everything's getting busy for us. I know for me personally, one of my dreams, since I was a little kid, like 9 years old, is to perform in Madison Square Garden, bro. I know it's cliche, but like, dude, the aura of that fucking building.
Hell yeah, I feel that for sure.
But
I think I skipped over this one. Did I ask you guys yet? What is your best and worst experience as artists?
Experiences? No.
Yeah, like what's I mean, your favorite show you've ever done, or your just best fan experience, whatever, and your worst one.
Ooh.
I would say, and you can disagree with me all you want to cut me off. I would say our greatest moment, honestly, like, and this could probably be the correct answer for both of us, was performing at the Starving Artist Music Fest, which was hosted by Chuck J back in August of 2024. It was an absolute amazing event. We had some vendors show up. It kicked off with wrestling.
Facts.
And then they tore down part of the ring and left most of the ring up for us to use as a stage, which was awesome getting to bounce on that. And there was just natural fucking bounce with it. So it was really
That's
nice.
awesome.
I think that was the most well constructed event. And Chuck J, he's a part of Brotherhood Up. And
I could
he's the
tell
one
you
that
really
put on
enjoyed
that
yourself at
entire
that
event.
one. I watched all the little videos and stuff you took of it. Everything you posted about it, I watched for sure.
That was probably the best event. I wouldn't say I have any bad experiences at any shows or anything.
That's
So,
wonderful. That's a good thing. Hope we keep that trend. you know.
um, so for me, it is a tie for me between the Starving Artist Music Fest and the Hope in the Homeless event that we did. So I think part of the greatness of the Starving Artist Music Fest was that it was outside. We had people that actually knew what they were doing running the sound. And you know, overall, I felt really good performing. I had people that I loved in the crowd that were very obviously enjoying themselves, and it was. I felt like um, in a lot of ways, it was like intimate, but at the same time had almost like a crowd feel because there wasn't like a shit ton of people. You know what I mean? Like there was a good bit of people, but they were also like kind of spread out. So like
There was about 40 people in there.
at least yeah,
I would say there was about 40 to 60 people.
including the vendors and everything. Yeah.
So what? That's the good thing about us though is like we've never had a small show. Like I see artists posting about performing for 5 people. I've never had that.
That's a lie. That show in Bourbon, there was like 15 people.
Bourbon, yeah.
Or Bradley, whatever the performed with Debbie. There's like 15 people in that building.
I feel like we had 20 to 25 spots in there most of the time.
Yeah, maybe two.
But that's still not a 5-person show where it's only the bartender and a couple people at the bar and nobody interacting with you.
That's true. We did have people that were fucking with everything pretty hard. But my worst experience did come with that Paradox Emporium show. So was I the opener? No, it was like
No, you were still
yeah. So I think maybe two other people performed before me, like 15, 20 minutes worth of thing. And I go on, and my stuff was like I'm doing like my rock stuff. You know what I mean? So like Prisoner and striptease in that these booth. It was I think the day that we released the Prince of Reality EP. So we did like Quit That and Wrong Place, Wrong Time on my set. But a lot of it was mainly like relax stuff with the guitar, and so there was this motherfucker sitting at the bar.
looked like Fred Gallagher.
Yeah,
My bad.
you said Fred. But dude, he like. It got to a boiling point, like when they were playing like on improvement, because in the verses of the song, everything's like pretty low. You know what I mean? It's like dark and it's supposed to really get you in the spirit and feel the atmosphere. You know what I mean? And dudes at the bar like, yeah. And I'm like, my wife almost went the fuck off. And she did park off, but she wanted to get up and hit the guy. And she was like,
He claimed to get up and hit the guy.
She was like maybe 6 weeks pregnant at this point too. So it was dude, but overall, I mean, if that's our worst experience so far, I think we're doing pretty good.
I had already called the guy out on, the stage with my microphone because he was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm fucking serious."
Dead ass.
So like when he kept going, even after I said something to him, I feel like it was a boiling point for a lot of people that were in the crowd because nobody liked that guy that was standing there. Everybody was telling him to shut the fuck up. I'm talking bartender and all.
And the bartender knew the guy. She was talking to him by name. So you know that she was like, she almost was talking to him like, dude, come on. Like, I love you, but damn, you know what I mean? Like, in that kind of tone. She didn't say it, but.
Right. Type shit. I feel it. That's funny as hell. So, okay, got another one. Got another one for you guys. What are some of your current projects you're working on? And do you have any shows or events in the near future that you would like to promote on today's episode?
Ooh, boy, you just opened Pandora's box. Fucking. So, of course, we're working on Ground Zero's debut album.
We're not giving you the name yet.
Nope, not yet. But that's in the works. Zach's got some stuff that he just announced the other day that he is dropping Give Me That featuring King Liquid.
March 15th.
He's got some stuff stacked up that he hasn't announced yet.
So, as far as my stuff goes, guys, it is chapter 3 season, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Again, I thought you were enjoying that one.
If you really want to know the name, go check out my interview with Underground Wicked Radio. I spoiled the title on there. I'm not going to do it here, but this is where you can get an Easter egg.
But
also, I see how it is. You give them all the shit on Underground Wicked, but they
no, because here's this. How about you go ahead and spoil the title at least of the next track for Ground Zero?
Okay. So the next single that will be released on April 20, are we doing the 26th or the 25th?
It's April 25th.
April 26th.
April 26th.
And
at midnight.
Yes.
On all platforms. I'm not going to tell you the rest of it.
Okay, so the lucky people that will be attending the Smoke in the Hills Festival, the Hip Hop Camp in the Hills, will get to see this song live right before it drops. This song is going to be called Fly. I'm going to give it up for you. It's April 26th, and we are so excited for it because if you've heard Messiah that just dropped today, you're not going to expect what's on this next song. Like, and when I tell you that it's different, it is, and it's different in every best way that it possibly could be. So I'm excited for that one. We've got a ton of shows lined up over the next few months. I don't have any dates right in front of me.
March 14th, Donna Shuli's benefit concert at Boomers in Centralia, Illinois. 100% of the proceeds, even merch that is sold that night by Reality Check Music, will go to Donna Shuli's family to help with the funeral and burial costs that they are facing because of the unfortunate passing. So April is next, right? Mm-hmm. On April 12th, we have a show at Kit Kat's in Benton, Illinois, with Skylar Pendergast as the headliner. It's called the Space Rodeo Show.
And that's going to be a performance from separately Holden and Zach Tier.
So will the benefit in March.
Yes.
That'll be separate. You get to see us in 2 different sets. It's not to say that you won't see some Ground Zero tracks pulled out throughout our sets during those times. April 25th.
We are doing, like I said, the Hip Hop Shop in the Hills at the Smoke in the Hills Festival. We are so fucking pumped for that one. It's gonna, if you know, it's gonna be a great fucking time. Everyone's gonna be stoned as shit. And we're gonna for real set a vibe. Ground Zero is set to play at, I want to say 8:30 that night. I could be wrong.
I think it was 8:20. I think
it's 8 to 8:20 for the first guy, and then 8:30 to 8:50 for us.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we should have looked at this stuff beforehand or had it pulled up or something.
No, I think we did a pretty good job of remembering it mostly off the top of my head.
Speaking of the Smoke in the Hills Festival, I'm pretty sure the homie Anzio Teamer is promoting for that one and stuff. So let's give a big shout out to him.
Hell yeah. Are you gonna be there?
I don't know, brother. I try to work as much as I can. Really, I'm poor. I'm rebuilding this house that me and my brother bought together. There was a fire in it and stuff.
Oh,
and so a lot of my money, unless I can see some way that I can somehow make money or really not spend much at a thing, for the foreseeable future, I really haven't been going to, and I hate it because there's so many homies that are doing things even close. Like Clockwork E does things literally right here on High Street, literally a block away from my house, like all the time.
Yeah.
And I never go to them because there's usually a cover and stuff, like, you know what I mean?
And that sucks, dude. I'm really sorry to hear about the fire and shit. Like, but it's understandable. You got to do what you got to do.
Well, it wasn't our fire. We bought it after the fire, but
still,
there was a fire in it.
The fact that you guys
the
fact that you guys got to fix it and repair it and deal with the aftermath is what really sucks. Usually, if there's a fire, like, you're losing something, but you're just losing money.
Yeah.
So we got one more show to talk about on May 10th. We have a show scheduled as a part of the Outsiders Tour at Carlos Tavern in New Haven, Indiana.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey,
shout out to Yami. Yeah, shout out to Yami. We see you in the chat, bruh. You better, hey. When you we keep trying to reach out, Yami. When you go schedule that appointment.
Because I was just talking to who was
All right,
it?
never mind.
Zach Pasillo. Hold on, I'm in a bad angle. Zach Pasillo a while back, a couple hours ago, said something about having Yami on the fucking 3rd of March, maybe. I don't know. I have to look at my calendar. I'll be promoting that interview up soon, so stay tuned for that.
Possible exciting things for the future.
Hell yeah.
What's happening?
Anyways, back to our interview.
Yami,
What is
hit me up. I want to work together.
For sure, Yami, you gotta do a song with these guys. They're the homies, bruh. Hook them up with that homie price. Give them a good deal.
Hey, no, for real. And if you want Ground Zero on one of your tracks, homie, feel free. I'll
Flat
get
the
into
fuck
it.
out.
I'm holding it.
Flat out. So, all right, on to question number 9. We're burning through these things. One person, dead or alive, that you would like to work with, it says on the question dead or alive, but we'll do dead and alive. I like that one better. That gives more answer for the question. And also, one person, dead and alive, that you would like to perform for, or to be in the crowd when you're
That would like
performing.
to see you perform.
Okay. So one person that we would like to perform with, and a person that we'd like to watch us perform.
Yeah, somebody, dead and alive that you would like to work with, make some music with or whatever. And then, the dead and alive for who you would like to maybe see you perform, or, get to have in the crowd and watch you perform.
So 4 people total. All right, you want to take this one?
Work with dead Johnny Cash. I feel like me and him would create something absolutely crazy together. I feel like he was one of the last true like country rock guys that I really fucked with. Alive, Ronnie Radke, just because I get a lot of my determination to be versatile from watching how versatile he's been over the years with Falling in Reverse. And then somebody I want to watch me perform that's dead would be Matt. Because I feel like he put on a really good performance when he was alive. So I would want that blessing that I'm doing the same when I'm on stage.
I can see a lot of his influence in your style for sure.
If we're gonna talk about a person that's alive that I would love to watch me perform, I'm not even gonna go with the real big name on this. I think it would just be cool to finally get to perform and show cartoon what I really got. I don't feel like there's a lot of people alive that I would care to like know that they were in the club. That's fair. So, to me, I'm just an artist and a person, not somebody crazy, no matter how big I get. So, I don't look at people like that a lot of the time. That's fine. Like,
Well, I mean, it could be anybody. It don't have to be people that even we know. It could be somebody like somebody in your family that you would want to perform for, or, you know.
All right. Well, that person's dead too.
Damn.
Yeah, we just gonna move on to Holden here.
All right, bet.
So, person that I would like to work with that's dead, and Zach is gonna, like, I'm sure he can guess this. My biggest inspiration of all time, Chester Bennington from Linkin Park.
Hell yeah, that's definitely a good one.
So Linkin Park has inspired me and still does inspire me in a lot of ways to this day. I find myself going back and listening to all of the albums with Chester. I mean, all of them. I can name you every fucking album in order up to their last, like their current one. You know what I mean? There's just something about the Chester's voice and the timbre of it that made him so unique.
Oh man, yeah, it was so good. You couldn't sing one Linkin Park song with a you can't like quietly or lightly sing one of those songs. You gotta belt that shit.
I don't care if you're singing Leave Out All the Rest, or if you're singing Giving Up, if you're singing One Step Closer, or if you're singing fucking One More Life. Like,
right.
It's all gonna hit you in some way that eventually you're gonna be like, one step closer to the edge.
Right. Fucking right. I'm telling you. Oh, this has been such an amazing interview, guys. I've really enjoyed interviewing you. I think we got through all of our questions. I know there's hella shout outs and shit. I want you guys to shout out every damn body you can think of, and go over, you know what I mean, upcoming shit. You know what I mean? This is to promote yourself. So let everybody know where to catch you, what's coming up. You know what I mean?
Well, I want to give a big shout out. Well, first of all, for the HappyDaze Productions for having us. Thank you guys so much. I wanted to give another shout out to Reality Check Music, Shay, Brandon, Stacks, Nate. You guys are fantastic, and we're going to build great things together. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been in the chat. Thank you guys for being active. You guys are fantastic. I want to give a shout out to Brotherhood X. Like I said, local hometown group that we really fuck with. They make fantastic music. They put on a hell of a fucking show.
I'm not going to spoil it, but we got big moves coming with Brotherhood X.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Lastly, I always got to give a shout out to my wife and my son for being the reason that I do any of this at all, period. So that's it on my end. Zach?
I was going to freeze and see how long I can play it.
You should have held it for like 3 more solid seconds.
I know I should have.
Did I forget to say Shay when I was naming people off?
I don't know.
If I forgot you, my bad, dude. You're definitely like. Yeah.
Shout out to Shay Rankin.
Fuck yeah! Shout out to him. No, I want to give a shout out to obviously the wonderful family that I've been building. I think that's an awesome thing that you do there, Holden. I definitely want to give a shout out to this guy. He handles so much production for me that it's not funny, which leads me into my next shout out. Shout out to Thick Chris for the wonderful deal that he gave me on 4 beautiful beats, so I could give this guy a little bit of a break and some stuff. I want to give a shout out to Tony. The dude's helped throw me a couple of opportunities. I'm not saying that he handed them to me. He put an opportunity in front of me. I had to make sure I didn't remember that. So I want everybody to get that real quick. I want to give a shout out to. Did I do that? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Obviously, a shout out to everybody with Shay. He's stepped in, and he has been such an amazing influence. He's helped cover up amazing. I definitely want to give him his roses right now because the dude walked into the scene only doing open houses. He switched to family recording in the studio, and he won a contest next to me and the Voodoo Child. And there were a lot of good contestants. Each person from Neighborhood X in that contest. It was either Fallon was in that contest, McNasty was in the contest. It was a dope ass contest. And the fact that Shay and I walked away with it meant a lot to me. And it shows that this guy's going to be a force to be working with. I'm going to give a shout out to Brotherhood X. That's a big shout out.
We're gonna get him on the show and tell him. Listen, tell him that I want him to try to wait. Listen, tell him that I want him to try to schedule whenever your thing's about to drop together. That way he can promote the hell out of that when he comes on.
Brotherhood X is a group. It's Chuck J and Entice.
Okay, well, both of them guys, all of them guys, whatever it takes.
Hey, I just want to make sure people know he's a promoter. He has to know the details, right?
Flat out, definitely.
I'm just trying to inform people properly.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, and speaking of Brotherhood X, we got Entice in the chat. What's good? What's good? I want to give a shout out to. Let's throw a shout out at PBM. Oh yeah, PBM. They've been working extremely hard in the local area. They've been grinding their asses off. That's another group that I think that you should contact and at least maybe get the
PBM got to HappyDaze.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Am I missing anybody? Oh, I want to give a shout out to somebody that hasn't been mentioned yet at all. I want to give a shout out to Dakota Faye. I'll go ahead and give that information to you guys right now. I have locked in a feature with Dakota Faye.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to see that. We love hearing everything that comes out from y'all. Seriously, pure gold. I love seeing you guys work together too. When the homies come together, like, oh my God, it's lovely. Especially people that I've, promoted for before and shit. And they end up getting together and making music. Like,
the idea was for us to always do work together. And it started off as, I'm going to have this one song out. And then it turned into more of this one and this one and this one and this one. We just and then we were trying to come up with ground zero, and nothing was happening at the time at all. And we've had some junior groups in the past, so like we really like we're not actually a group, just to kind of preserve some of that
solo it separately.
Yeah,
Right. Flat
but
out.
I feel like Zach Tier and him are going to do a good job of promoting Ground Zero, and Ground Zero is going to do an excellent job of promoting High Impact Tier.
Right. Definitely.
And now this gives the names to shout. Like I said, we've got the next single done. As soon as we get off of here, we're talking about the one that's after that too. So we don't ever stop working, guys.
Hell yeah. Speaking of getting off of here, I would love to keep going, but I really, to be honest, I got to go to the potty, boys.
Yeah, I gotta get off here and take the lady out.
Hell yeah. So we're going to run these end credits. Happy Days loves you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. And make sure, like I said, make sure you get a hold of those homies of yours that you want to see get their spotlight and have them get a hold of us so we can get them on here.
We'll probably make our rounds and let everybody know tomorrow, homie.
Hell yeah. Thank you, boys. We'll see you next time.
Much love, Broski. Much love.
Peace.
Come in and bring your dicks and vaginas. We got a show for you. Bobby and Chaz are getting rowdy. So come on, juggalos, whoop whoop. Call your mom.